let's just put Haro right here as we continue our painting journey today. What else are we gonna do? We've got a number of things that I'd like to work on, such as Mildred. We've got ManEater Mildred here. We've got to show some love to this model. Got to get working on that because I did say that I would like to work on my Dark Souls diorama project more, and this is as much as I've done for Mildred. We're gonna get more done. We're definitely gonna work on this model much more. But yeah, let's get cracking on this. I'm trying to do a bit of non-metallic metal, practicing that. It's tricky for me. It's kind of tricky to get a handle of, to understand it, but you know, we're just gonna try our best. And then we can always kind of tweak it a little later. We've got to get all the base colors down on Mildred here. That would be good. And for those that don't know, this is ManEater Mildred from Dark Souls 1, the very first Dark Souls game. She came out more than 10 years ago, which is kind of unbelievable. And she's a phantom. She can invade you. She's a NPC phantom that can invade you and fuck you up. And she's basically, yeah, she's this half-dressed, rampaging berserker lady, which I find very funny and very entertaining. So yeah, we're gonna work on her. I did look up some reference for Being Sage. What's up, Being Sage? How's it going? How it be? Poof. Are you well today? Hope you're doing well. Let's I did look up some reference for this character just to see how we were gonna paint her, what was the approach gonna be, but at the end of the day, she's just a naked, rampaging berserker lady, so we'll just keep that in mind. You poofed for Mildred. Is that some kind of like a No Nut November thing? But what's good, Sage? Yes, I'm doing well. We're just kind of... We want to do some painting today, but a little later, I'm thinking I might actually start building the Sniper K9, which I know you saw. I know you saw that model when I bought it, when I first bought it, and I mentioned to you that I was gonna paint it. I was gonna work on it maybe in 20. Carmi. Not this time, not this time. Nice try, though. Oh my god. See, I've developed a tolerance. I've had too much of Carmi's abuse, and now I'm just like, I need harder stuff. I need stronger stuff. Not. Sage, about time. Yeah, like, I was thinking about leaving it to 2023, but I was kind of like, I've been doing some painting lately, like obviously this model here, and I have been painting, but it would be good to just mix it up, right? That's what I like to do. I like to mix things up, and so yeah, at the very least, we can kind of just get into the basic build. Carmi, you'll scare yourself watching the VOD. It's true. I messaged Carmi last night. I was like, Carmi, your stupid nut message scared the crap out of me as I was watching the VOD. And it didn't even get me that bad at the time when it was happening for real, live, but it got me in the VOD. Carmi, I would love to reprint some of my miniatures as well. Need to practice on painting. Yeah. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's too cold. Yeah. I don't know. So what's the solution? Do you have a plan in mind so that you can print stuff when it gets too cold or when it's like winter time, or do you just gonna have to wait till the weather gets better? I'm kind of just hoping that we get a little spot of good weather at some point over the next few days, few weeks, and I'll just spray a bunch of stuff. And that might just very well be the last time I spray in 2022 until the springtime. Yeah, that's how it is. Okay, let's get the brown. Let's get the brown down. Let's get the brown down. Actually, let's work our way up, or let's work our way down. So let's work with a slightly brighter shade of brown, and then we'll kind of shade it down, and then we'll be donezo. Yeah, it's off season, right? Yeah. Today's beverage, guys, by the way, is Pure North. Pure Energy Seltzer. Pure Canadian. Is this Canadian? I would assume it's a Canadian product. That'd be funny if it wasn't. Where the hell? It's cucumber lime, which I find interesting. Oh yeah, Energy Beverages Canada, Mississauga. All right, there you go. Okay. Nut. Carmi and her nut. I know Sage has got a booming OnlyFans career. He's the rising superstar of OnlyFans. Sage, the teeth for fans, nice. The teeth on Thunderbolt feet are kind of terrifying. Oh, do they look like teeth, like real teeth? That's a very interesting model, though. Like, it just has some unique kind of design aspects to it that, like, you don't often see in other Gundam models. Like, I had mentioned to you on your stream, the whole, like, wrapping on the elbows and stuff. Very, very interesting. It kind of reminds me of Patlabor, if you've seen that anime, Patlabor. But, I looked up Patlabor, the show and the model kits for that, and it doesn't seem as pronounced, that kind of like effect on the joints. But yeah, just really cool. And Thunderbolt in general, like, man, I need the sniper model. Have you seen the Zaku sniper from Thunderbolt? Oh my god, I need that so bad. It's basically a fairly normal Zaku model, but it just has a gigantic sniper rifle, like a cartoonishly large sniper rifle. Like, shit, I want that. Fap Labor? Okay, here we go. Fap Labor. So you gotta fap. Sometimes you just gotta fap. It's that's the whole other anime. It's like the hentai edition. Carmi, yeah. Carmi's behaving for now. Nut, with the exception of Nut. Yet. The curious thing about this model is and all of these Dark Souls models that I picked up, the details are decent, but they're not as good as like a Warhammer figure. And so I'm often kind of second guessing myself as to what these details are. Is this skin tone? Is this flesh? What is going on here? And that's one of the great things about like modern Citadel miniatures, is that they're just so wonderfully detailed. You don't really have to question yourself in that way. You'll immediately understand all the different kinds of parts and what is what, and so you won't have any kind of mistake of painting something that's not supposed to be flesh colored or whatever. Sage, I'm a huge FromSoft fan. Sadly, I've not beaten Elden Ring. I guess I can't call myself a fan anymore. No, you know what? I'm a pretty big fan of the Souls franchise as well, and From Software. I have not beat Elden Ring. I pretty much quit. I had to tap out. I think it's a good game, and obviously a lot of people have enjoyed it. A lot of people have been loving it and playing it and still playing it to this day. But for me, it's just long. It's just really long. And I'm like, let's say if I'm lucky, I have like 2 hours in a day, maybe even in a week, 2 to 3 hours in a week to play a game, right? I don't want to spend like half of that time just running around the world trying to figure out where to go, you know? I want to have like a very concentrated session of fun, and it's like I find that I'm just kind of wandering around a lot in Elden Ring, and then when I do find a place to go, like the dungeons are like so. I don't know. It's a good game, but honestly, I kind of like I've also been playing Neo 2, and I like that game a whole lot more. I'm having a whole lot more fun with Neo 2. Get Pokemon? Yeah, everyone's on that Pokemon. I really don't see myself picking up Pokemon anytime soon, to be honest. I definitely have played my fair share of Pokemon. The last time I really got into it was on the DS, I think. Maybe the 3DS? But yeah, I feel like I have to wait like several years, maybe even like a decade in between Pokemon games. And yeah, like you said, Sage, a bunch of new stuff keeps coming out. I am on PSN. I'll hit you up with my PSN by Whisper. But yeah, I'm not on too often lately, but usually on the weekends, I like to try and get my gaming in on then. And yeah, I've been playing some Neo 2. Still have a lot more to go on that game. And what else? What else have I been playing? Oh, Bayonetta 3, which I'm liking quite a lot. Oh, there you go. Being Sage. There you go. Nice. How many different online names have you guys had over the years? Or have you managed to stick through the same ones ever since you were like a teenager? Or a kid in the early days? Like, I've definitely changed my name, my online name and handle over the years. Yeah, it's pretty funny to think about some of those early names that I used. Bayonetta 3, yeah. I've been playing Bayonetta 3 on the Switch. It's good. The graphics are honestly unimpressive. Like, the graphics are not very good in that game, sadly. But it's on the Switch, right? So, I mean, what did you expect? It's a Switch game. but still, it's a little disappointing that it's so simple. But you gotta work it. No problem, Sage. Just just glad that you're here and just popping in and just saying hi. That is super awesome. I appreciate it. No worries. I'm looking for my flesh color. Where is it? Where? Pink? It's like a pinky color. Hold on, guys. Trying to find it. Here we are. Flat flesh. This looks too... I don't know. It looks like it's color separated a bit, so let's shake it up. As we do here, we have to shake our paints. Let's shake this baby up. Let's shake a couple paints, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be using today, so let's just have some colors shook. Are you shocked? Are you shocked, Carmi? What else is there? Gargoyles. Oh, I have not looked into this. Okay, I'm a big fan of gargoyles. You guys might know that already about me. Big fan of gargoyles. I'm not going to be surprised. Once I look that up. And I'm going to see some gargoyle hentai. It's going to be there. Be a whole community. Let's just get a decent amount of coverage of this very pink flesh tone, and then we'll kind of work our way back up to the original flesh tone that I was using. I think that's going to be the strat. I think that's going to be the play. Let's get some of our beverage today. I hate this weather right now just because it hasn't really decided what it wants to be. It's like it's cold, it's kind of not cold, it's kind of warm. It's still officially spring. Sorry, fall. It's not quite winter, but clearly, everything is covered in snow. It's a very annoying kind of season for me right now. And then some days you just can't decide what to wear. It's like, is this too much clothes, or is this too much? Am I going to be too hot, or am I going to be too cold? Can't decide. Because, like, I mean, you go out, but, like, you're going to be in a car. You're going to be in a store, in a mall, or wherever, the office. And obviously those places are going to be warm. So it's like, why am I dressing up so warmly? Yeah, this is working a lot better, this kind of like very kind of pink flesh tone, and we're gonna kind of work our way up from this. It's gonna be the strat. By the way, guys, I don't know if you are aware of the... It's Eshwin. What's up, Eshwin? How you doing? I don't know if you guys are aware of the YouTuber H-Bomber guy. He released a new video about the Roblox oof. You guys know about the Roblox oof? I don't know shit about Roblox. I don't really even care about Roblox. But this video was fascinating, and it goes places. It goes places far beyond just simply the Roblox oof. There's a controversy about who made the oof, who owns the oof. And it has to do... Much of this controversy, really, the video is actually about Tommy Tallarico. And I know... Yo, you've got that on the watch list, Eshwin? Yeah, I know that Eshwin is familiar with Tommy Tallarico. I know you've mentioned him before. The guy's a knob. The guy's a fucking... Like, okay. I remember Tommy Tallarico from EGM, okay? Like, seeing ads for, like, games and stuff, and his face would be plastered all over the ad. And I remember thinking, even back then, like, okay, here's this game, it's like Johnny Bazooka Tone, right? But why is there this human guy with a guitar and it's like music by Tommy Tallarico, right? Like, why is this a thing? Am I supposed to know who this person is? And that's kind of how it was for Tommy for the longest time, was like you just kept on hearing about him, and he kept on telling you that he was someone important. So then as a kid, I'm perfectly primed to be the kind of person who would just be like, yeah, he's important, he's cool, he's Tommy Tallarico, because the magazine told me he's cool, there was an ad that told me he's cool. Suddenly I actually know who Tommy Tallarico is. And to some extent I was like that, but also, again, even as this very impressionable kid, I remember thinking like, wait, who is this person again? Why is he important? Tommy Tallarico? And then we would go on to see him do reviews for games, especially in Canada. There was this Canadian-produced show called Reviews on the Run, or Judgment Day in the U.S., something like that. And from that point, I was kind of like, okay, this Tommy guy, he's kind of a jerk, he's kind of an asshole, he's kind of abrasive, but it's kind of like that show-offy 90s era kind of thing where I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll just let him be, let him say his piece and whatever. But yeah, the whole H-Bomber guy oof thing, it just gets into the whole character, the whole persona. It's not a persona, it's just him, it's just Tommy, and he's fucked. He's such a bizarre individual who just is a habitual liar. And it's just fascinating, and you know what? It only just scratches the surface with this Tommy Tallarico guy. Because there's so much more. There's so much more to him. It's just so interesting. In television, who's this Fonz guy? Is he a cool guy? Should I be like Tommy Tallarico? Yeah. Ashton, I too was that type of person. I believe it's called being a child. Right. Yeah, it's being an impressionable kid, right? But it doesn't take it's even then, like, at least some primitive part of me, some small aspect was still kind of questioning, like, wait, who is this guy? Why is it that I care? And I still ultimately fell on the side of like, okay, I guess he's someone important. And it's just really, really odd that that's basically his standard operating procedure. That's how he rolls. And to this day, he does the same thing with grown-ass adults. Because, yeah, like you said, Ash, when we were all kids, right? But he does the same thing to adults. And there's footage of him doing interviews with people for the Amico, the Intellivision Amico and shit. And it's like all these YouTubers that are looking to piggyback off of his fame. And they swallow all of his lies wholesale. Like he claims to be like a multiple Guinness World Book record holder, and the H-Bomber guy video gets into that, kind of debunks those claims. It's fascinating stuff. It's just, and again, that's just a small little detail about the larger story. Just very, very interesting. Fucking Tommy Tallarico. Just crazy. And that video came out like the other day. And it's already, last time I checked, it was like 1.2, 1.5 million views. So I don't even know how many views it has presently, like right now. But yeah, it's worth a watch for anyone. You might think to yourself, I don't care about this Tommy Tallarico guy. Who gives a shit? I don't care about the Amico. I don't care about the Roblox oof. But I promise you, it's fascinating. This whole thing about the Tommy Tallarico and the oof sound and Roblox. Just fascinating. And it's just a well put together video. The guy, H-Bomber guy, I haven't really seen many of his videos. But he's just really good at sort of laying out the details and in an entertaining way. Anyways. Ashwin, he has one aspect of himself that is substantial, which is that he made a lot of solid music for video games, though by no means unique for that. there are a lot of great composers who, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And even then, it's just so interesting because he's like, can you name a game that he composed for? Can you? The one game that I know he composed for was Earthworm Jim, and it's like, is that honestly a very amazing and memorable soundtrack? I don't think so. Personally, I do not think so. Like, what other games has he composed for? Advent Rising? And yeah, the video gets into all of that. Again, just really interesting stuff. Tommy Tallarico. Right now I'm doing the flesh tone for Mildred.
Melody, and I'm Tuesday. Please be seated.
Mr. Romo, I must admit
Cool spot.
you hipsters claim to be such
Review Tech USA hates him. Okay, so I used to listen to Review Tech USA. I think he had a podcast, but I just stopped after a while just because, I don't know, like, I might stick around with any podcast for like a year, 2 years, but after a while, you know, I just want a change of pace. Didn't really have anything against him. But did he not fall on the side of Tommy Tallarico and the Amico? I'm pretty sure he was pro Amico for a good long while, and then he dropped his ass. So yeah, like, I mean, it wasn't even that made me like not really care much about him, but yeah, I don't really watch his stuff. Fell on his side, yeah. It's fascinating. If you search Amico right now, you'll see a couple of results where like former believers in television Amico have like apology videos out now where they're like, you know, basically apologizing for being on the wrong side. But Review Tech USA actually monetized his fucking apology video. I remember seeing that just the other day. I was like, hold up, this guy fucking monetized his apology video? Like, how sincere of an apology is this really? If you're gonna like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, but also if you want to get 20% off your next mattress, hit up this promo code. Like, it's so stupid. But yeah, generally I don't even give a shit about that guy. I mean, who do I actually watch in terms of like game reviews? I don't really watch anyone for their game reviews. I'd rather just look up footage of gameplay or game news for that matter. Just show me the footage. Please don't talk. I don't want to hear you talking. That's always been my stance, even when it comes to Gunpla and reviews for Gunpla models and stuff. It's like just tell me the facts. Tell me what I need to know, the essentials. I don't need your jokes. I don't need your cool, cute, funny humor. Just tell me what I need to know. Actually, I feel like all artists exist on a spectrum between hype and substance. To make it, you need to... Yeah, that's a good point there, Ashwin. It's a good point. Tommy Tallarico is more hype than substance to a large degree. Right. To a large degree. And I think there was this period of time early on in his career where he was like, yeah, I'm making stuff. I'm a creator. I'm going to make music. I'm going to do all this stuff. Maybe sometime around the Earthworm Jim stuff. But yeah, lately, or not even lately, just like currently, that's just how he works, is like kind of cashing in on his name more than what he's actually done. Oh, and then the whole Amico thing. Oh my god. And you look at these people who are like pro Amico, trying to sell everyone else on the Amico and convince themselves and others that they were making a smart decision in investing in this thing. And it's like, come on, man, you do not care about Intellivision and the Intellivision games, and even the new games that were being revealed for the Amico. You absolutely do not care about these games, because I'll tell you this much: Tommy Tallarico, these are the exact kind of games Tommy would have shit on reviews on the run, right? Like, those are the exact kind of games he would have gave like a 2, a 1 to. They're shit. They look like shit. They're basic looking, like he was often sort of comparing it to the Wii, like the Amico. He said that the success of the Amico was going to be kind of like the successor to the Wii in that regard. You know, this all ages friendly, family friendly console. But it was like, Nintendo had Nintendo games. The Wii had Nintendo games. And he's trying to sell people on cornhole. Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with the flesh. We're gonna kind of work up the flesh to some highlights and stuff, and then we'll move on to the skin, or rather the cloth, of which there isn't very much. Okay. And then after this, if I get bored, we'll move on to some building. Carmi, I'll show you cornhole. Who's cornhole? It doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound like a very nice game, but it's a thing, cornhole. Yes, and it's like played competitively, actually. There's some kind of like official governing body for cornhole. There's like the Olympics of cornhole. And recently I actually had read that there was a controversy where one of the contestants, one of the cornholers, I don't know what they're called, had an illegal bag, like an illegal weighted bag. Like you think something small like that would be wholesome, everyone would just be in it to have a good time, right? But no. Even cornhole. There's even cheaters in cornhole. The Great Cornholio? Hold on, isn't there a new Beavis and Butthead? I think? And aren't they like older now? I don't know. I saw some kind of picture like that. I've never watched, I've seen a few episodes, but I wasn't too big on Beavis and Butthead back in the day. This skin color is not too bad. I think what we're going to do is work our way down rather than up. We'll kind of get the shadows in, because I think this is kind of like a nice base. This lady, ManEater Mildred, she would have been... You encounter her in the sewers, so she would be kind of like dirty and gross. So I want to keep that in mind. Oh, they're not older. Okay. It's good? Oh, really? Do the universe, like the old movie. Yeah, I don't even know if I've seen the movie. I remember the controversy. I remember that fucking Beavis and Butthead were like so controversial at the time. But nowadays it's like, really? I don't know. Was it really that bad? This Mildred is a little bit thick, which I'm not opposed to. And as a matter of fact, I was looking up some reference for ManEater Mildred before I got online, and I saw some cosplay, which was actually pretty cool. And yeah, it was like some you know, some big old ladies doing doing Mildred cosplay. I'm like, yes, I'm down for this. Let's go. You did? What the hell? Why would you? I mean, were you looking that up right now, this very second, Eshwin? You're making it. See? Nothing surprises me anymore, though. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised. Some Mildred porn. Why not? And if it doesn't exist, you can simply input those keywords into a generative AI and you'll get fairly representational, accurate porn of whatever you desire. The AI will create it for you. It's crazy. That's why Eshwin is eagerly awaiting for the holodeck technology. That's why I'm eagerly awaiting for the holodeck technology. It still tripped me out to see Moriarty in that latest trailer. Or, I don't know if you want to say the latest trailer. The new trailer for Picard. I was like, holy shit. That is wild. I mean, is that a deep cut? I don't know if you would call that a deep cut, but it's something alright. Bacon. We're living in the new age. Yes. Yes. Where a man can order pillowcases online. and rings for their 2D waifus. I'm not saying who, but a man could do that if they so desire. Eshwin. It's quite a bit of Dark Souls. Yeah, on the old hub. Harness your chi. There was that one guy in Carmi's stream, and I don't even know what was happening. It was like, was it the whole feet thing, Carmi? And then the one guy was like, this is not good for me right now. He didn't say exactly why this wouldn't be good for him right now, but I suspect it might have been related to this month. He's like, this isn't good for me right now. December 1st, gotta hold on. Carmi is a temptress. Bacon, this task is uh-oh. Got Bacon here. Bacon here with the assist. Bacon's getting tagged in. He's like Thanos. Fine. I'll do it myself. I'll make the Mildred porn myself. I'll find it. And if I can't find it, I'll make it. Yeah, so we're going in with a bit of purple now, and I think that's kind of in the very deepest parts, and I think that's working. It's just adding something a bit a bit more depth rather than simply brown, like a darker shade of brown. That's one thing that like I think can really elevate your painting, guys, if you're interested in painting in general, whether it be your Gundams or your miniatures and models. When it comes to something like shading areas, you don't always have to just use like a darker version of the base color. You can kind of get in there with something kind of different, like a different kind of color. Maybe you can take a look at the color wheel. If you're familiar with color theory at all, you can find like your opposing color on the color wheel and mix some of that to act as your shading color. And just a little bit goes a long way. Carmi, oh god, I think too many people lost to No Nut November this year. Fallen, they're the fallen soldiers. We salute you. You know, they fought the good fight, but they succumbed. But you know what? Respect them all the same. The fallen soldiers. The trumpets play. Yeah, she's looking very kind of like dingy at the moment, which I really like. I think that's kind of working for us right now. What is the timeline? What's the time frame for like someone that fails, right? They fail and they have precisely how much time where they feel the elation, where they just feel awesome about it, and how quickly does that then descend into just shame? They just feel a deep sense of shame because they failed. How long do you think it's like 3 seconds after nutting? It's like, oh god, what have I done? No! Ashwin, I never tried No Nut November, but I think it's good for you, and it works in a weird. Not to get into it, yeah. I mean, we kind of have been, but it's okay. You don't have to tell us your entire journey, or since you haven't done it, or so you claim. It's okay. I don't give a shit. I think that I think if you got a nut, you got a nut. You got a nut. People treat you differently. You just exude the aura. It's like in anime. It's like normally guys who nut, they just have this like this dark and purple gross aura that's just so off-putting. And then if you don't nut for 10 days, you'll have this shining, glowing aura, and it's like, oh my god, it's a fascinating individual. There you go, Eshwin. I mean, Bacon. You can't fail if you don't participate in the first place. Stay winning. Stay nutting. Okay, let's lay down some of the very basic brown for the plank. She's got like a plank and a handle. That should all be some kind of brown. So let's find a color for that. Actually, yeah, sometimes you got a nut, especially if you play Bayonetta. Okay, you know what? I was saying earlier how this game, Bayonetta, I feel like they've shifted Bayonetta to a more kind of cute realm rather than just being explicitly sexy. Like everything from her clothes to her mannerisms and stuff, it seems a little more on the cute side rather than like explicitly sexy. The more I play the game, the more I see that it's still kind of more or less the same. She's still like you know, the camera angles are still there, everything, blah blah blah. But they in many ways they go in even worse. They go even harder, so to speak, because there's a camera mode, guys. Carmi, fuck you. Oh, Carmi. I used that very same one. El Rosk, how's it going, El Rosk? How you doing, fart? Yep. I used that very same one in Bacon Stream yesterday. It's a good one. That's a solid one. Thank you for that, Carmi. I appreciate it. You can always rely on Carmi's. Like, if I just start kind of going off and talking about like artsy fartsy stuff, talking about games, talking about this and that, you can always rely on Carmi to just throw in a big old fart with reverb. But yeah, they put in a camera mode into Bayonetta 3, and it's like this is too much power. You're giving people far too much power now with the camera mode. Fartsy stuff. There you go. Yeah, it's like anytime the fartsy stuff starts coming out, start getting into the meaning of things, the feeling of things. You know? It's always good to just keep it real with a fart with reverb. Asher and I wouldn't even get to finish them. They changed their look. Oh, you don't like it? Yeah, I don't mind it. I think that there might be a way to get all her old costumes back, but yeah, it's a good game that I've played thus far. I don't know if you guys heard that, but let's get one of these in.
Oh yes, Daddy.
Oh, what the fuck is that, bro? Caillou? That does, you know, just taken in the wrong context, taken out of context, that could be disastrous. Oh yes, Daddy. Oh God. I think we need to get. Okay. Tell you what. Let's keep on going with this Steel Legion drab. It's a very nice. Oh, Carmi. There's that Carmi. That's so Carmi. Let's get in here with a bit more of that, and then we will shift the wood plank and the wood of this handle to something else, but we'll use this as a base. I think that's going to be the strat. Is that revenge, Carmi? Was that revenge? Epo said I was ew. It's gonna hit him with the fart, the reverb, which I just love how that. I just love the name of that too. Fart with reverb. Holy shit. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Good as it can be. I mean, fuck, it's Monday, but you know. Mildred has a burlap sack on her head, and they did sculpt a kind of vague burlappy kind of texture for her head here, but it is a little hard to kind of get that detail out. We're gonna just do a bit of dry brushing to pick out those details. There's people out there that kind of poo-poo dry brushing. I'm not one of them. I actually think it's a very good technique that can be used in a lot of different ways, and it's a matter of kind of knowing when to use it, and also having a bit of brush control, because I think that dry brushing is a good technique if you want to get things done very quickly, and you can really get those details out quick. But at the same time, you do run the risk of kind of making your model look grainy, which you might not want. But it's just a matter of brush control. Going back to Oakville tomorrow. Oh yeah, nice. Gotham Central. Nice, nice, nice. Looking forward to that. Ashwin's gonna evolve his stream. Yeah, let's do a round of shoutouts. It's a good time to do that. Let's do that. Not confirming or denying, Carmi. Cannot confirm or deny. Let's give a shout out to Ashwin. You guys know Ashwin. He has been playing games, playing some Warhammer themed games as of late, but he's been also building Gunpla and drawing it too, doing a lot of drawing and illustration on his channel, and he's getting a new computer, which is really cool. Shout out to Carmi. You guys know Carmi. She's been sick lately. It sucks because she just debuted her new model, her new VTuber model, and it looks so good, so fun. And it's always a zany time in Carmi's stream. And Bacon, of course, who's at work right now, but we're gonna shout out Bacon. Builder, shit talker. What was he talking about? He was talking about boneless wings yesterday. Shout out to Sage, who was in here not too long ago. And he's been building something from Gundam Thunderbolt, which is a series I liked, but I don't think they finished the story of Thunderbolt as far as I can tell. But there's some amazing designs in the Thunderbolt series, and yeah, Sage has been building one of those. Karin Law. Ashwin, Boneless Wings rant. You never know what the next issue will be. What's the next thing to set Bacon off? Okay, let's get this. Just finishing off the wooden parts. How long have I been streaming for? Okay. Let's just finish this wood, and then we're gonna get on to some building, because I've got the itch. Got the itch to build. Gotta build, man. You know, a friend of the channel, Jose, has been away from streaming in the last few days because he's been on vacation. But he was saying that he's got some builder withdrawal. It's been a while since he's built anything. He's got the shakes, man. He's like shaking. I gotta build something, man. I gotta build something, man. See, at that point, I think it's a great idea to just put like a Gundam artifact model in your suitcase. Maybe even some Lego. Put a tiny little Lego set in your suitcase, and then you just have something ready to go if you have withdrawals. Can't want the lone defender of boneless wings. Sorry, man. It's a tough sell. I've tried boneless wings. I can't say that I've tried many boneless wings, but I don't think that they'll be all that different from one place to another. And I don't think that they're good. I remember talking about this in another stream. I forget where, or perhaps it was a forum. And the argument that was made from the pro-boneless side was that based on weight, you are purchasing more meat. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were saying, okay, but I'm not paying for like this extra material that simply is not consumable. You don't actually eat the bone, and instead it's all just meat, right? I'm like, listen, what you're saying on the face of it makes sense until you actually think about it more, right? Because, and I don't have to convince you guys, I think we're all on the same page here, but I mean, it's not the same, right? Because boneless wings are simply big old nuggets. They're just big nuggets, or like small chicken strips, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like reconstituted meat, right? And so the entire like texture and experience is completely different. It's not the same. Yeah, exactly. They're processed. They're not a wing. Okay, I think that's just about enough for now. This has been a decent amount of progress. It's completely different. It's like McRib versus ribs. Yeah, exactly. I've only had a McRib once in my life. It was okay. This is actually half decent, and really what we can do from this point on is really kind of hammer on, like kind of really get to the details. We can really move on to the details and the finer points, but for like a start, this is not too bad. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's just do a little more. No, not this. This is flesh tone. Let's add a bit of rust to the axe. Sorry, her cleaver. She does have a big old cleaver that's all busted up and grimy, and we can just simply add some flecks. She's dirty girl. Oh, control yourself there, Ashwin. You know, don't let your imagination run wild. Start having some fantasies of Mildred. We can go in with a brush and be a bit more decisive about this. Just a few flecks of orange to kind of convey the sense of rust, of oxidized metal. And again, this is something where we can kind of go in and kind of play with it more. It's not really a big deal if it looks shitty, which it very well might at the moment, but we can kind of work on it a bit more. I love this track right now. It's actually from Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like from one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, the kind of like card battling games, and it's perfect for my stream. I love it, but I can't find more of it. I'm trying to actually find more kind of music like this, or from the game itself. It's kind of hard to find. Yeah, I would like more, please. More, please. More thoughtful, making decisions in a turn-based card game genre. That's what I'm calling this genre. It's a contemplating your next turn during Yu-Gi-Oh! Genre. Doesn't it sound like you're making decisions? I love it. Okay. Yes, we can kind of go in and fix this. As a matter of fact, let's go in and kind of cut into some of this orange with this purple. We'll use purple for now. And that'll help kind of blend everything in, not make it too aggressive. Aggressive. Yes, I think we might like that. Again, we can kind of go back and fix this more a little later. Yeah, I just wanted to touch this. Just do a little bit of this. And then we'll stop. Right now. So yeah, there we are. This is the progress so far on ManEater Mildred. And we'll get more done as we kind of work on this more. And then we're going to work on the little diorama for her, just like the last one that I did. If you guys remember the little yellow dude with the big wrapping on his head, and then I put him in a little tiny diorama. This is the next piece in that, and she's close to being done. Really the thing that takes time is the little diorama thing. So we'll get her done within the next few sessions, and then we'll have another one done, and the goal is to get a few of those done before the end of the year. I'm not sure how many, but to do a few more. Do you know what I'm saying?